Hey, what's up Yoon-Fam? It is I, Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today is another one of our little thought experiment videos. I wanted to talk about, with all the talking that we've been going on with Season 3 and Calibur VII and all this, especially with the next generation stuff going on, what do I personally expect from Calibur VII? This is not really what I think they're going to do. This is not even so much of a wish list. This is what I want them to do. The thing that'll make me get really invested in the game and get really hyped for it. So the first thing that I want to discuss and talk about is the graphics engine. Now, the graphics engine that is being used right now in Calibur VI is a little outdated. They are able to utilize a bunch of older assets and just give a new polish onto them. But I think at this point we need something better for the next generation, or now it's the current generation, I should say. So in order to get that really nice pop that we had for Soul Edge back on the PlayStation, or even Calibur IV when it came out on PlayStation 3, I think we really need a new graphics engine overhaul, a new boost to actually get people graphically enthralled in the game, because when you're doing these first iterations of games on the next generation, or the current generation as it stands now, it is really important to grab people's attention, and nothing does that better than graphics. Now, I know graphics don't matter as much in a fighting game, especially a stylized fighting game, and it is more about frame rates and all of that, but personally, I just think it needs a new coat of paint. Now, the second thing I would like to discuss that I definitely want to see them implement is less restrictions on the character creation system. What do I mean by less restrictions? So, I'm not talking about slots per se, because I think 100 is fine, especially when you have the additional 100 for customizing the cast members. But there are limitations that shouldn't be there for some unknown reason. Maybe it's censorship, I don't know, but it's just things that I find a little ridiculous when I'm trying to create characters. The first thing being tattoos and stickers. They only limit you to about 8, that's 8 total, not 8 per piece either. So that's really ridiculous to try to make somebody, already create a character within their limited constraints that they have in their system and their creation engine, but then on top of doing so, you're expecting them to only utilize that. Beyond that, I also want them to get rid of the gender limitations on the creation characters bases, and this is, if they're going to keep the race system, which I don't necessarily think that they should. I think you should just be able to morph your characters how you see fit. But if they're going to still stay with that system in the next game, then I would like to see them add sliders to the regular items and clothing. So we already have sliders for the accessories, being able to adjust them and move them however we want. But I think that we should also be able to do this with everything. So not only just the characters themselves, but I also would like to see them do this with clothing options and clothing pieces, and not lock them towards a specific race or gender. It should be every piece is open for everybody, if that makes any sense for you. The third thing that I expect for them to adjust or change or to see is going to be netcode. So Calibur is kind of notorious for being one of the more laggy fighting games when it comes to battling somebody. I've gotten in straight up like side-scrolling, like PowerPoint presentation, as my friend Shab puts it, matches with just people that I have on my friends list that don't even live that far away. The netcode is really odd, especially when you can choose your main region and it's not necessarily off of that region. There's just edits to that system that need to go in there. I know I'm not going to go ahead and just say rollback automatically, because every different game requires different things to help with the netcode, and I'm not saying that rollback is a band-aid. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but they need to come up with something particular for their game to help out. And I think that if they do that and the online is better, it could be incorporated into more tournaments, and it can really push the game more and get people more enticed to play online, especially ranked. Even in just regular friend matches, I know that I've gotten booted out of lobbies that I've created. I've gotten, like I said, the frame rate issues dropping down to nil, and then it just takes me out of it. So that's something else that I expect them to change. The fourth and last thing that I'll talk about is their story presentation. I'm not saying it is bad by any means. I do like the way that they present the story. It gives us a lot of chance to learn different lore, especially when they give us the story mode plus the Soul Chronicles plus Libra of Souls. It gives us a different variation of how to experience the story and how to take in information. That's great. I've said this 100 times before. You don't have to, you know, add cutscenes like every 10 seconds to a story mode or to something like that to make it more cinematically appealing. I don't mind reading text occasionally. However, I noticed that, like, when I'm talking to my fighting game friends, most of them will say that Soul Calibur is the most heavy with text, and some of them just skip outright what they're watching or looking at, or they'll look at their phone while the text is going on screen. And sometimes it can be a bit daunting to take all that information in. I don't know. With that being said, guys, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. From the next iteration of the game for Soul Calibur 7, what are a few things that you want to see changed, or you expect them to change to get people more invested, or to bring it back to what its former glory was? Any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys start a conversation down there. Also, check out links to my Discord and merch in my description box. And with that being said, guys, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.